All right, good morning, good morning. So we're getting a nice push up so far. See if we can close above the overnight high here.
Order submitted.
Go for a typical retest. Might be kind of nice. But we might not get the chance. Looks like we have Friday's high right here, 96.25.
Order canceled.
We're just going straight to the moon though. $7.25. Is that the next target? It looks like at this rate we're gonna get up there. Just going straight up. Camarilla R4. Gotcha, gotcha. Definitely looking good for the longs. If we get a pullback, I might try and get in on this. So far, we're not getting a pullback. $25,050 is the ultimate target. All right, all right. 300 points up. If we move like we've been doing like the last week, we could definitely hit that today. But We might be a little bit slower today than last week. We'll see though. We still got up to a 20 on the ATR already. And it definitely could keep getting more volatile. But we might be a little bit more chill. We'll see. Doesn't look like there's any news today. Which sometimes is a good thing, sometimes though, a bad thing. Maybe not a bad thing, but definitely could mean we have an interesting kind of choppy Monday. But so far we're not chopping at all. So we might just slow grind up. We'll see. No news can be kind of unpredictable. Little less volatile, but sometimes still pretty volatile. It's kind of hard to say. Pull back here a little bit. Might meet resistance at 780. We almost got there, but we are getting a little resistance right now. But this could just be a healthy pullback. It's got to pull back eventually. And then maybe find a little support at that 90 MA and continue higher. Three pivots where the resistance is right now. Lots of sell orders. Ooh. Yeah, looks like we're getting down to that EMA. Kind of building good little trusty bull flag of sorts. Definitely could hold up in here and get also a break to the upside. Continue the move.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Yeah, not really holding the 90 EMA there. We might make our way back up and try again. But it definitely might not be the prettiest of moves.
Order filled.
So it could work out here. See if we run the highs. A chic, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. We did get in here for this flag, just in a couple micros.
Order filled.
Get in a couple more. Yeah, we're just not really holding that EMA here, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get back up there and get a nice little push. Yeah, I imagine I'll take out the high as well. Buyers just seem to be slowing down a little bit.
Order filled.
Alright, we just took out the lows. I had to pull that one. It looks like it's about to dump some more even. What game are we playing today? If we do play a game, probably Battlefield. We'll see though. It's been kind of not working the best on stream recently, but we might give it a try again today. But sometimes it like crashes and then I have to like restart the stream and the computer and everything. But we'll see. We'll see. It looks like we could try and run the highs here now. Even if hypothetically you can make a stable career day trading, why aspire to do that? Well, I can't speak for everyone, but trading can be enjoyable, and it is one of the ways you could say you can make money with relatively low effort once you get to that point in life. Obviously, it takes a lot of time and effort, learning, practice, right? It takes years to kind of get to that point. But once you do, all you really do is click buttons and make lots of money. So it definitely has that appeal compared to physical labor or some other kind of job. We're kind of starting just to chop around here at the highs. A little unfortunate that we couldn't continue any momentum higher. It's gonna take out the high. I don't know, man. Looks kind of like it's gonna dump down and keep going. ES has already taken out the lows of the day. See, look at ES. Don't really want to buy NASDAQ when ES is looking like this, personally. But you could be right. So far we're kind of just chopping though. It kind of looks like it wants to dump. But we'll see, we'll see. What trade did you take? I took, let's see. I took this trade on some micros, kind of trying what you were actually talking about last week. So I got in like 3 micros here once we broke this wick for the bear bull flag. So once we broke that, I got in, and then once we came back down here, got in again. So I was in a total of 6. So it was still a little heavier of a trade, but we just went down, so I took it off at the lows for negative 500. So yeah, kind of thought we'd get that momentum, right? Continue with the bull flag, but so we're just chopping around now, so a little unfortunate. It actually would have got like that quick little, I think it was still like 20 points. So with my normal risk, I would have made like my 250 or whatever, but obviously the overall move didn't really just pan out. It just kind of broke through a little bit and then just rejected down to the bottom. So yeah, a little unfortunate. I figured with all the buying that we were had in the morning that we would continue this trend, right? Get the pullback and then continue higher. But I guess it's just a Monday. No, it doesn't make you responsible. I'm still responsible for my own trading, even if I take some inspiration from others. Because yeah, if I only went for the 12.5 points, it's like technically I would have been up 250. But also, on a move like this big of a pullback, you really should get a bigger move than this anyways. And on another day, maybe I would have tried to hold for this. So it maybe would have been a break-even trade. Or it would have been a slightly bigger loss or something, depending on how long I held it, right? Either way, it didn't really get the momentum up. Unless we zoom in. Because yeah, 76 to 90 would have been like 12.5 points. But yeah, high ATR, low momentum, exactly. Could have sworn though, like from this to this, like off the open, surely we had some momentum. Nope. The entry got aligned with the EMA bounce. The PT hit. But moment didn't continue. Yeah. Gosh dang. Yeah, another day with some pretty high ATR. Hardly any momentum. Could be because it's a Monday though. Does seem to happen. Mondays with no news especially don't have a lot of momentum. I think overall we should be looking for the initial move, not the continuation, unless you're aiming for points. Yeah, definitely. So far in the last like week, we've gotten like 0 continuation off any of the moves. It is tough though, because like a lot of times it's good to see the move for the kind of the confirmation of the trend and the overall direction, and then take the continuation trade. But when you're not getting any continuation, that doesn't work. Keep your TPS 75% ATR and grind those. Yeah, for sure. Take continuation after you've gathered some profit. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, no, the move off the open was very solid. I was actually watching it because it was kind of taking out these highs. If you kind of draw out like a bigger bull flag. Hold up. Zoom out a little bit. Definitely not the cleanest or whatever, but yeah, it started taking these highs out with the momentum, and it was above the EMA on the 15-minute. Thought about taking it, but yeah, a little hesitation, and then just kind of went and just kept going. Plus, like I said, try to not take any trades in the first like couple minutes of the day, but after the first 2 or 3 minutes, it's all the way up here. So I was kind of waiting for a pullback at that point. Yeah, minute until or 10 seconds till the top of the hour. No news though, so the hourly candle will close, but no news. Kind of a crazy close there though. Maybe we'll finally run the highs. Yeah, kind of a crazy up move on NQ. Maybe the follow as well. Favorite take, can you run my EMA strat? Stick with PT, take profits. I can definitely run it. I don't know if I'll run it on this account, just since it's already down 500. And that's already a little more than you. I mean, it's about how much I would want to lose, right? About like 2 losses or one big loss. Yeah, losing any more would not be ideal for only a $2,000 drawdown. So I can definitely run it, just not on that account, and maybe on Sim still. Kind of iron out exactly how to do it. One micro. Can maybe do that, hypothetically. What platform? This is NinjaTrader. Yeah, we might be able to try a micro. See what happens. So we might get a close above the 15-minute opening range. I'm gonna try on my other account. You can do 5 EMA bounce as well, no scale, aim for 32 points. Alright, alright. Keep an eye on that. Don't know if we even get this retest though.
Order submitted.
Also, with the lack of continuation today, it might not be the best move, but Yeah, we got close, but we didn't feel
Order
it.
cancelled.
Like we said before, if we get kind of close, like a couple points away or, basically there but not, and we start bouncing, if it comes back again, oh man, that was bad. I can't even speak. If it come back down again, the chances of us bouncing this area and not kind of running through it are a lot lower. Why buy there? Because it's the 15-minute opening range high, and since we're holding above it, if we come back down, we might get a retest off of it and get a nice little bounce. Only looking for like 10 points though. Full boarding and getting 15 easy points is so nice and niche. Yeah, it's definitely not what everyone else does. The may start with the point, TP. The point should hit consistently. Yeah. Now, yeah, I might have to definitely start trying that out more, especially with days or weeks like this. Because, like, my strat's definitely, like, it works most of the time. But sometimes you do get, like, weeks like the last couple where, like, bull flags don't really work because there's just no continuation. And that can be kind of rough. But then sometimes it just, like, hits consistently and it's, like, fantastic. But yeah, kind of bouncing here, a little bit above the actual line here. And yeah, if I bought a couple ticks above, would have gone in. But I don't have that much FOMO. I'd rather just like let it come down and touch it and then bounce. But that's kind of the idea, right? Come down here, bounce off the 15-minute opening range high, and then get a nice little move up. Yeah, RSI hasn't really been working. And like I think I took in a couple of them like on just like practice on the stream. But it feels like I'm just like catching a fallen knife or the opposite when it comes to like longs. Because it's like right now, it's like we're making the move up. We're at the 70 RSI. It's like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to sell now. But then like it just keeps going higher. It's like, wait a sec. I thought we were chopping, not trending. You have to use pivots. I guess so. RSI strats for when we're chopping, no momentum. Yeah, exactly. Right. What I was saying is like when we were in chop, I like tried taking the trade. I thought you were like on the stream too, or maybe you weren't. But there was a couple where we were chopping, so I wasn't going against Momo. But it felt like as soon as we got to the top of the range and like we're at like the 60 or 70, I would take it, and then it would just do like something like this, where like I'd get in somewhere in here after like it hit the top of the RSI, and then it would just like keep going higher. Or maybe it'd get like a little bit of a move down, and then kind of wick back, and then maybe chop, and then like it just push up, and it's like how long do you hold that, right? Because I mean, if you don't have a stop loss, you're fine. Eventually, it'll come back down. But if your stop loss is like up here, or just like a set point value, you're probably getting stopped out by this move, and then it makes the move down. Assuming you're in the chop. But yeah, just a little funky. My BS prediction move today was chop to dump. I mean, we had a little move up, chop, a little higher move up. We still could dump. I mean, it's not too late. It kind of looked like we were going to with ES. Because on this pullback, ES got below the lows of the day and the 15-minute range low. It kind of looked like we were about to start dumping. But then NQ did not, and we held up for now. I think ATR's up and Moma's being chopped up. Yeah, exactly. Because even something like this, like you could almost say, like, well, if we're chopping, don't have Momo, then this would have been like the 70 RSI trade we talked about. But yeah, like it's like, where do you get in? Do you get in here? Do you wait for this pullback here? Maybe get in here. But then, like, is it gonna go down now, or is it gonna come back up here and stop you out somewhere? Are you still looking at the upside? I mean, I guess it depends on what we kind of do in this area. Just clean Momo is an increase in Momo and ATR and expansion. Yeah. Exactly. Last 3 days haven't been seeing Momo where it should be. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been. That's what I've been seeing as well. So it probably is just the market in general. Sometimes people do see things differently for sure, but I definitely say I've seen it as well. Try this 5 EMA. All right. So even a trade like this, it almost feels like I'm stabbing in the dark a little bit because we have like this, this move down being made. So yeah, if we put my stop, what was it like? Oh no, it was like 446. Target 32 points. So like 64. Because yeah, for a reason, like even just seeing these candles, like it almost feels like it's gonna kind of dump still. I'm here for it though, because I have taken some practice ones that worked out really well. We kind of caught the bottom of those killer moves. But yeah, sometimes when we're coming down like this, it kind of feels like it's like, shoot, we're just kind of buying.
Target filled.
Oh. Well, there we go. That was almost too quick to even see. I should have never doubted you. I'm over here talking about like it's kind of, not making the move, and it's just like, man, like it might just keep going down. I think that's like a teleported up. Caught the bottom there. And how did you catch that? Well, if we take a look at the 15-minute chart, Oh, these are kind of in the way now. Not 15, 5 minute is what I meant. You can see we bounce off the 5 minute EMA almost to the T. So pretty killer. Definitely have to keep an eye on the 5 minute as well as the 15. Because yeah, like I said, normally I'll wait for like a little bit of that reaction. This one I did kind of just buy at the bottom, which obviously worked out great. But yeah, I might have to try a little bit more of that. It's kind of nice, chat. Yeah, the advanced scaling is nice. Obviously, can't really do that on a day like today because there's not a lot of momentum or continuation. And the chances of us kind of bouncing back here and getting like stopped out for a loss after we scale in is a little higher. But at the same time, it seems to be kind of going up anyways. But it's kind of nice just having it static. Nice and simple. Let it run up. Hit the points. You can scale, just can't expect moment to increase. Gotcha, gotcha. That was like a flashbang. Seriously. It's just like kind of down here. It's like, bah! And then you're done. That was it. Brandon, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh, we got another Brandon. Where's the other two? Or three? Ultimate Brad as well. Don't know if they're here yet. Yeah, they're 32 points. Very solid. Could have made back all my losses there with a actual mini. But hindsight's always, always 2020. Obviously, taking a full mini on this definitely would have been a little risky if it didn't get that move up. Yeah, heck no mini. Exactly. But Tech Flu, you don't understand. I would have made $670. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, on this account, you got to run the micros, make some money back for sure. Buy. I don't know, man. Might be waiting for a little bit more of a pullback before I personally buy. We're not quite in the 5-minute or the 15-minute zones yet. Yeah, I think we might. I think we might just kind of continue higher, maybe slow grind up. Especially since we don't have any news today. We're either gonna just like really chop, or yeah, kind of make the run higher. Oh, we could still kind of reverse and dump, but put your chart in the Discord? Alright, let me check that out. Yeah, ATR calculator thing's nice. What are you trading? NQ futures. It's chopping off that R4 Camarilla. I still need to like look into those. I've never heard of those except from you in chat. Like I've never even seen like a YouTube video saying like, oh, trade the Camarillas. Because you know, everyone hears about like the Head and Shoulders or like the, not that like I'm not comparing the two, but like just lots of different terms are thrown out there, like even like pivot points, bull flag, bear flag, right, support resistance, pennants, right? There's tons of good things out there. But Camarilla is still in, that's a new one. Alright, we're getting close to that 5-minute zone again. Yeah, I forgot about fair value gaps. But yes, those are big. Huge, you could say. Fair value gap is real on 1 minute. I do keep an eye on them, but yeah, I don't just trade for value gaps when they get in there. I used to a little bit. I did get funded doing it a couple times. By this pullback, like right here, like we didn't quite get to the zone that I drew. When it's coming down. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say come down a little bit more. Yeah. I like that. Do you draw at the highs? I think so. It looks like it's, maybe I did miss the highs, but also like sometimes when the new 5-minute candle starts, the EMA jumps up a little bit. Because right now I have the high of the 5-minute at like 688. It's kind of where the bottom of my zone is. So the top of my zone is at like 700 now. And it is kind of moving up, so if it pulls back to that same area at 700, I might have missed it by like just a couple ticks. Like the wick of this candle. Or maybe not. Was it that candle? Maybe it was. Might have just missed it. Yeah. 5-minute zone is smaller. Ah. Well, if it's smaller, that would... Because even like with the normal zone that I had on the 15-minute, it still didn't technically hit for me unless I did just like draw it wrong or like I might have missed the high of the EMA. But yeah, if I had like the even smaller zone, like a 5-6 point instead of 10, it definitely wouldn't have hit. But yeah, that's assuming I didn't kind of miss it. Yeah. I almost need like it's not a hard thing to do to like just move it up. But to do on the 5-minute and the 15-minute could be not difficult, but easy to make a little mistake. Whenever I place a long/short position, it never registers. Am I placing them wrong? Probably not. You're probably just like, I don't know. Are you on like a prop firm or live account? Dakota. I'm trying to lose and can't, bro. Help. Oh, he left. Yeah. I was going to say, I answer him quick enough, and sometimes if I don't, that's when people leave. Which is understandable. Down again the bounce. Probably something like that. We are... Almost looks like we're setting up for a little bit of chop or something. I did. Right now it's still at like the 700. So this would be like the entry technically.
Order filled.
So I guess I could take it and do the same thing. Risk a little bit. That. Go for... Kind of around the highs. 64 again I think is the right point value. This could jump to 15. Ooh. Could be right. It is going straight through the zone. Right, first move, second move, third move. Third is the most suspect. Yeah, yeah. We'll go break even.
Stop filled.
Yeah, we'll just get out of it. That's fine. Play it safe on that since it's a little more suspect, and I'm more of an A+ kind of guy. So we did get through the zone. We actually did touch the EMA itself. This definitely would have been a decent entry down here. Don't know if it would have been like the full move. Not quite 34 points. Never break even. I wouldn't have. I did on that one just because we talked about the possibly dump into the 15, right? And then the third move being a suspect. So it's kind of like well, if this isn't the best trade in hindsight, I should just cut it instead of possibly waiting to get stopped out. But it still may have been a fine trade to be in hindsight, obviously. Which it looks like it was. But yeah, knowing that's not A+ setup, it's like, don't want to leave that risk on if I don't have to. But yeah, never break even. Yeah, I do need to break that habit. I was kind of hoping with that one. That was kind of the idea is like, okay, we get a little move up. I'll make it kind of really tight break even. So then it still has a chance to run up. But then I still can cut, like it still cuts if like it's not going to get the move. So kind of a mixture of cutting it, but also giving it a chance. When you run my stuff, never break even. Huh? I gotcha. HBX Beauty, thank you for the follow. Yo, what's up? Welcome. You'll lose money on the spreads. Oh, I missed the pro tip. A pro tip, if you need to lose money because you're over your consistency rule, buy and sell the next dated ES contract. You'll lose money on the spreads. Ah. Yeah, someone in the chat was trying to lose some money. I'm lucky. Geez, my my tongue isn't working. But I was gonna say, luckily, I'm like pretty good at math, so I usually don't go over the consistency rule because I like usually know how much like I don't want to go over. But yeah, should have held that. Yeah, in hindsight, of course, a valid cut, but also the munyon off that one. Yeah, would have been nice. Would have got my 30 points, 34 points, maybe even more if I, well, probably wouldn't have held much longer, especially with this little chop kind of forming here. I couldn't type no break even fast enough. Yeah, don't. That might have helped, but also at the same time, I was kind of in that mindset of like I probably want to cut it if I get the chance. But definitely not bad. Question is, will it do it again? Because yeah, the first couple moves are always the best. But yeah, like at what point do you kind of like reset the kind of the moves? Like do you just kind of like let's say okay, we've had 3 kind of moves off the CMA. Do we make a 4th, or do we wait until something else happens before we make another one? Right? Do we wait for the 15-minute to happen? Never something to be cautious about if expecting Momo. Oh, Brandon's here. I took those trades, the short and the long, and now up on the account again. Oh, so he must be taking some RSI stuff if he's going short. No trade for me, way too choppy. Yeah, that's fair. Definitely a little choppy today. Yeah, the single short trade was on the RSI, but the overall long bias, because TechFlu was right. He usually is. Is this a funding account? It's a funding ticks account. Yes, if that's what you're asking. Love how I joined the live and start climbing the ranks. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's what we like to hear. Number 3, number 2, number 1. That's right. LMFAO being right is kind of hilarious. That's true. Missed open and lucky I did because my bias was wrong. Oh, Tech Fluid said something about it possibly dumping as well. If I remember correctly. Bullish overall, BS move, chop to dump. Yeah, yeah. The cheapest prop firm to do that pays out a lot. Probably Funding Ticks, to be honest. It's the one at the top of the screen you can see. It's one of the cheaper ones right now. Especially with the 35% off, 20% off that they have going. And they don't have activation fees. And yeah, they don't have. Oh, you're looking for like 100% like. Yeah, live account's the only account that's going to pay out like 100%. But if you're talking about like pays out 100% of the time, like they don't deny payouts, Funding Ticks does not deny payouts. If that is what you're asking. But yeah, no activation fees. So it's like, what is it? Like 55, 60 bucks. They did raise the prices a little bit, but they're still relatively low. Yeah, so for like $60, you can get a $50,000 account, all in, no activation fee, and they don't deny payouts. Put 60 on a TradeVid account and trade MES. I don't know, don't you need like $100 to trade a micro? Or maybe that's just for NQ. Yeah, Brandon won't deny payouts. No, you don't. This is deep pro knowledge. Okay, okay. The day margin for MES on TradeVid is 50. Nice. Yeah, you did say 780. Resistance there. Looks like you were correct for now anyways. feel like it's still holding the 1 EMA. Could get some actual continuation here off the maybe a bull flag. Pretty small though. You missed the 10:35 EMA buy. Was that it? Like right here? I could have sworn I had it like drawn out and it didn't get to my zone unless my zone's too small. Not you, Brandon. Told him to trade the 5 EMA buys to get some money back. Yeah, because I was kind of watching that and it just didn't look like it. Because I've been moving it up this whole time. I mean, in hindsight, like it looks like it's kind of there after like repaints and jumps up a lot after like the new 5-minute candle prints. But unless I just need like a bigger zone, thicker kind of zone. Because right now, like price is at 90 and the EMA is at 38. And even with like my zone, it'd have to get all the way back to like 47, 46 to hit the EMA. 748 now. Maybe bigger zone. Possibly. Never calculated it for the 5MA. Okay. So I just need to learn how to kind of keep an eye on it and watch it live, I guess. Because there was a couple where it kind of made sense. And it's like, oh yeah, that's it. But yeah, it could be a bigger zone. Could be something. I mean, yeah, that would have been a pretty good move there. I think 7 to 8 points. All right. This is what that is what I have it at right now. Actually, is exactly like 8 points, or maybe yeah, 7, almost 8. So we'll see if that. We'll just keep a better eye on it, since it doesn't look like we're gonna get to the 15. But I do need to move it up still. We'll see. RSI 10 to me right now. We gotta be nice. I'm up on that day. That's right. Listen to the rules. Volatility noise round up to 9. All right. All right. Fair enough. The high dollar, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. He wants that affiliate link. Yeah, definitely be careful with the RSI. Looks like we're just kind of slow grinding up. Not a ton of momentum, but we definitely have a solid trend. He's got a point. Most people that sell courses, they're not even profitable traders, so they probably don't like trading. If you lost every trade, I don't think I would like trading either. And they're usually the ones selling courses, so I think trading as a whole attracts a lot of egotistical people. Oh, definitely. That's the name of the game. Be egotistical enough and people buy from you. Dang, maybe I need to pick up on that. Just kidding. Most of them don't teach Camarilla. That's what I'm saying. I've never really heard the term before. This is the slowest grind up ever. Oh yeah. This is kind of what I expected with the No News Monday. We either chop or we do this. I also wasn't quite expecting like some of this, you know? This was kind of maybe to be expected. But also every trade I've taken so far has been a long. And yet we're still down. Because we caught the early entry. But yeah, now it's going real slow. I was on this dude's live and he's making a crypto bot. I was like, bro, I did this too. Have you calculate commission cost? Chances are he hasn't, especially if he's trying to like sell it to people. Because imagine you could probably make a bot relatively easily that's profitable. But once you take in commissions, especially trading like a lot of trades per day, it's probably not profitable. If I had to guess. Exactly, gets eaten alive. I don't think he's selling, but he does have a Discord, so he might be. Ooh, yeah. He says bot was targeting 1-to-1. I don't think you're making enough for that. Yeah, 1-to-1's tough. Unless you're only taking like a few trades a day. Because the commissions will just eat you alive. Alright, low pullback. We're getting close to the zone. 5-minute EMA zone. Crazy long here, buy at the top. I don't know, man. That's what I did Friday. Made $30,000. Hypothetically. I mean, this might be the time. Throw on 12 contracts and just wait. That's true. They did hear you and they said, we pull back now. Made a crypto by myself, first on BangerTrades, but the spreads were too much. Then I went to Coinbase for better spreads. But they have a market taker fee for market orders. Interesting. Then the crypto bot was bleeding money. Dang. You hate to see it. What is the individual reward cap? That's just how much you can take as the payout at one time. So within the 5 trading day period, which is a week, because you can take payouts every week. And most of the accounts I think have like, was it like the 5,000 reward cap? But then there is an option on the 50K to get a 1,000 reward cap, and that's the cheapest account. But it makes sense because it's the only one where you can get less of a reward every week. So basically that just means like every 5 days when you like are able to get a payout, you can just only take a maximum of $1,000, which for some people isn't ideal, but that's the price you kind of pay for the really cheap account. But it's still $1,000 every week, which is still pretty solid. And then you can still get up to like 5 accounts. So if you have like 5 of the 50K accounts, you still get like 5K a week. Or you pay a little bit more money, and then you have a $5,000 weekly reward cap. Alright, we are touching that 5-minute EMA zone now. Question is, do we just go long, or do we kind of wait this out a sec?
Order filled.
We'll get in. Didn't get the best entry, but we started bouncing off of it. So figured we'd take it. We'll just hold it for 64. Back to the highs. So 25K funny tick bot can only make 1K a week? No. I think the 25K count should be 5,000 with the weekly cap. The only one that has a 1,000 cap is the 50K count if you select the $1,000 option, which is like the cheapest one. That's the one that brings it from like, what is it, like 80 or 90 bucks with the discount down to like 60. But the 25K doesn't have that option, so yeah, you have a $5,000 cap. But also, I don't know how you'd really make more than 5K a week on a 25K account unless you like scale it up really nicely. It's 32 points above the EMA, by the way. Okay, so it might not be quite 32 points from where I'm at. EMA is at 64. So 96 would be the target. It's not bad. It's still kind of like a 1-to-1. Yeah, the Momo might kind of favor the move up here. What do you think of top set removing activation fee and consistency rule? I haven't heard of that, but that would be pretty cool if they did. Is this a live account? No, this is a Funny and Ticks account. Yeah, we are slowing down a little bit.
Target filled.
Alright, there it is. Yeah, probably could have held it kind of like you were saying with the EMA. But wasn't sure if EMA was going to pick up, especially after 11 a.m. So I just left it there at the highest, kind of at that 61 spot. Dang, can't argue with this though. 5-minute EMA is paying the bills today. Hey, just like that, number one. What did I say? Bless you. Nice, nice. That's right, you're number one right now. You can also scale up using the 5-minute EMA. That's right, that's right. Time chart, 30 minute. This is the 1 minute. But I do have some other time frames open as well. Use the 1 minute EMA instead of the 5. Just for like my initial entry. How does eval work on funny tick? Pretty much like any other eval. You have your profit target and then your end of day trailing loss. And then you just have to trade a minimum of 3 days with a consistency of 40%. And that's about it. No activation fee, no daily loss limit. So what's the profit target on 50K? It is 2,500. So it's actually $500 less than pretty much every other prop firm out there. And then the drawdown is 2,000, but it's end of day, so it's pretty similar to Top Step or any other prop firm. Except Apex, that does like the intraday. The live intraday, which a lot of people are not a fan of. Okay, 5 minute for initial, 1 minute EMA scale. Gotcha. No, yeah, definitely would have been a good scaling kind of up here once we start holding above the 1, kind of around here, this area. And then just kind of let it run. So yeah, profit target is 2,500. So with the consistency rule, 40% times 2,500, you just can't make more than like $1,000 in a day on the 50K account eval. But also, if you're trying to pass in 30 days, you don't even need to make that much in a day. You just need to make like, what is it? 2,500 divided by 3, 833. Round that up to like 850, 900. So you make like $850, $900. You can pass in 3 days, and that's all you really need. But also, there's no rush to pass in 3 days if you just trade consistently. So yeah, pretty good rules, pretty good stuff right there. That's what I'm saying. Like, Top Step's not bad. But like, Funny Six is basically undercutting Top Step in almost every way they can. Like, I think they have the same kind of payout system where you need 5 days of at least $150 in profit, which is similar to Top Step, to get a payout. And then just like Top Step, you can take out 50% of your balance for the payout. You do have to reach like a buffer though, which is just the drawdown. So like on a 50K account, you need to make at least $2,000. And then you can take your payout. How many times can you use your code? As many as you want. The more the merrier. Just don't lose all your money though. How good are the payouts? I'd say they're pretty good. Like I said, I think they're pretty similar to like Top Step or any other firm. They're very competitive. You just need like the $2,000 buffer that we talked about for the 50K. But once you hit that buffer, you just need like 5 days of $150 plus in profit. But also, the 5 days can be part of the $2,000 buffer. So once you reach $2,000 in profit, you can take like a $1,000 payout, I think, because that's like half of your balance. Assuming you have your 5 days of 150 plus. There is a 90% split, but obviously 90% is one of the most competitive splits in the game right now, so can't really argue with that. both 5 and 15-minute cook. Seems to be the case. And I really should have taken that 15-minute off the open. Didn't think we'd run up all the way without any pullbacks. I just need to like make an indicator that moves up the 5-minute zone with the EMA automatically. So that way I don't have to like micromanage it. Want to enter something here, but realistically, how long can market go up? That's true. I definitely wouldn't go long here. But if we get another kind of pullback into the 5-minute EMA, it could be another good opportunity. EMA reprints, that's weird. Yeah, exactly. It would just be nice to kind of know like where it has been. Kind of like a wick on a normal candle, but maybe that's not something available. That's also true. Realistically, the market can do whatever the heck it wants. How does EMA work? I've never heard of it. The EMA is basically it's called the exponential moving average. So it's just like basically like kind of average price. So obviously it kind of follows price a little bit. And there's different periods and different things, but basically this is the 9-period EMA for the 1-minute chart. So you can see as price moves, it moves. And it follows price pretty closely, but sometimes price gets away from it. And you'll notice that sometimes like this, we'll just kind of stay above it and hold it as support. And sometimes the opposite if we're going down, right? We'll kind of hold below it as we kind of go down, like this little section here. Cord Breerton, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. So that's definitely, I think, a simple way of putting it. Someone could probably explain it better. Well, how do you incorporate in your trades? So basically on this trade, or both these trades, for example, if I change to the 5-minute, I took the trades on the 1-minute just so I can see more of what's going on. But if we look at the 5-minute, let's see. We'll move these just so they're not in the way. Basically, you see like this first trade, it went down, touched the EMA, and was kind of bouncing. We took that long here off the 5-minute EMA, and then we got 32 points out of it. Or maybe this was like 33 points actually. And then we tried it again here, but we were a little unsure about it, so we just kind of took it off. And this one again, we kind of had this bounce, a little late of an entry, but still pretty solid, and then another nice little trade. So there's the 5-minute for you. And then even the 15-minute is another good one to look at. Didn't take any trades off the 15-minute, but you can see at the beginning of the day when the market opened, we had 2 very good little pumps off of the 15-minute EMA. What are you trading on? This is NQ Futures. Also, Tristan maybe, 03, thank you for the follow. So that is when it touches your EMA line, you go long. Yes, if the conditions are valid, which obviously depends on if there's momentum or not. Or if we're super choppy and we don't have a trend and momentum, you don't want to be trading like this because sometimes they'll just chop through. I don't know if there's any good examples. Kind of like right here, right? We kind of go up through it and then down through, up through it, down, right? We kind of chop through the EMA. And that's just like chop in general, right? Obviously, like here, it's like it kind of bounced off of it a little bit, but then it went through it. So there's definitely some conditions, and it doesn't always work perfectly. But with the right, bias and confluence, and knowing that we're in this uptrend, it's not a bad little buy once we get the pullback. So basically just makes you feel more confident with your trades and gives you more clarification. That's one way of putting it. Like it's kind of like that's my entry, but also it's like, hey, we get a pullback, and like knowing that we have this as support, as well as we're pulling back and we're probably going to continue the trend. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Artistic Vision, thank you for the follow. Or also, I'll also take trades like this one, because it's a pullback, but you can see like the candles, this one's the highest and then it goes lower and lower, right? And kind of within that pullback, you can call this like a, I mean, I usually don't draw the full thing, but it's like it's a flag, a bull flag. I typically just draw like the line on the top though, and then once we break that line or the previous high of the candle, I'll go long and kind of expect a breakout here, as we've done here. And basically, with these bull flags, I typically take them on the 1 minute. But if we see that we have the support on the 90 MA as well as the bull flag, then it's definitely a lot more likely to work out. I'm definitely more confident in it, like you said. Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Yeah, here's the 1 minute again. It looks like we're, yeah, really making a nice little move up. Not a little pullbacks yet. It is after 11 a.m. though, so it might be a little bit lower on the momentum. These trades might not work out too much. Might try my luck again, but also might just be happy with making back $120 for my losses. Can't complain about that. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get anything else here. Might get another 5-minute pullback. Waiting for an A+ setup. That's what you gotta do though. If it's not A+, maybe A-, depending on the day. But A+ is definitely the way to go. No point in taking a trade or forcing a trade that's not an A+. I take F- setups and pray. That's my strat. Hey, if no one else is doing it, then you might be the 1 out of 10. Did you use paper trading first? I did. Yeah, I did paper trading for a couple months before I started like putting any money in. And then I lost some money, as most people do, and then I switched to prop firms. When did you start? About 2.5 years ago. Someone always has to be exit liquidity, exactly. Maybe it's Brandon with his F- setups, or maybe it's the rest of us with our A+ setups. How much you make nowadays? Depends on the day. I mean, last couple weeks haven't been my greatest personally, but couple weeks before that was pretty solid. You'll never know till that stop loss smacks. Exactly. Market makers start liquidity. Amen. Average. I try to make between like 250 to 500 a day on these 50K counts. Since my losses, trying to keep my losses kind of under, or I should say above negative 500. Don't want to lose more than like 500 on a day on these accounts just to keep my drawdown. Give myself a couple of days before I blow an account. How many trades do you typically take a day? Depends. A couple of accounts, I'll just take like one or two. But some days we'll get some more entries. I mean, so far I've taken like what, like 1, 2, 3, 4 trades today. Yeah, I'd say like when I'm taking like these scalps, like the retests, bull flags, maybe like 4, like 3. If I get 2 wins right away, I just take 2 and I'm kind of done. Saying the 2 losses in a row. But if I have a mixture of wins and losses, I will typically do like maybe 4 to 6 trades, depending on like, again, what happens. But also, I'm a big fan of like maybe take 1 trade a day and just be done, you know? Win or loss. Maybe take a second one if you have a good A+ setup. I just thought you may start to make money with 1 trade a day. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if you take your strategy correctly, I mean, it's nice that you can make some more money with some of these other opportunities. But I mean, yeah, ideally, you would have taken a trade somewhere down here off the 15-minute before it pumped up too much. I mean, unless you were going to say, oh, what is it? Yeah, no, hypothetically, you could say, okay, I'm going to wait the first couple minutes of the day, so you might miss this trade. But I believe this trade may have been a 5-minute trade. I'll draw a line. I'll switch to the 5 minutes, see. Yeah, so if you kind of waited for this to kind of go through, I mean, you might have gone stopped out if you got in directly at the EMA. Maybe not, though. That's about like 25 points. So it might have stopped you out with like the stop that I've been doing today, but actually no, the entry would have been a little bit lower though, where the EMA was before it went up. Anyways. But if you kind of waited for it to kind of get down here and then reject back kind of up towards the EMA and got in, then this 5-minute trade would have been very solid. And that would have been your trade for the day. Or maybe you didn't take this one, took this one, and then you're done. User, thank you for the follow. I'd say after the first year, I was pretty consistent. But I still feel like I'm just trying to learn every single day to be more and more consistent. So I definitely wouldn't claim to be a professional trader still. But good enough to get payouts every now and then. So that's the goal, right? Ram Johnson, thank you for the follow. Not 15 points. I was going to say, I usually don't have a 15-point target. Usually it's the 12.5. But I probably wouldn't be taking that off the 15-minute EMA. Actually, yeah, it looks like there may have been another entry at like 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock Eastern. Ultimate Brad, what's up? Welcome back. That might have been this kind of area as well. Yeah, either one of those trades kind of in this area may have been that first move, and then you just call it a day. That could be my new goal. Started my eval today, up 185, and I'm done for the day. Hey, well, that's pretty solid. Don't let anyone tell you that 185 is not enough. Obviously, with trading, it's hard not to think, man, could have made so much more, because you could have. But especially on prop firms, it's like make a couple $100, call it a day, and just do that consistently. After like 10 days, you'll be up 2 or 3 grand. With TPT, you'd be very satisfied with one move using my strat. That is true. That is probably quite true. And I might have to do that, is just buy one of those and just kind of strictly stick with your strat, or even like a funny ticks. If it hits after I scale that 1K plus, that's true. Scaling can get pretty nice. Alright, potentially pulling back here. We could try another 5-minute play. But also, momentum kind of dying out more than before. Might not force anything since it's like almost 11:30. Had some issues with TradingView. Kind of killed my mojo. Gonna start again tomorrow. I respect that. Yeah, when you have issues like that kill your mojo, it's just not. It's not worth it. I had a day like that like last Wednesday, I think. I was just having some issues with like OBS or like some other streaming things, or like NinjaTrader connecting to funding ticks. There's just a couple issues, and it killed my mojo pretty quickly, and I was just like, I like don't even want to trade today. Strong Momo day, just not for the 15-minute. Yeah, no, the 5-minute's been killing it. Might even do it again here. The top of my zone is at 47. So kind of in this area. Get close to 5-minute EMA. Yeah. It was, and now we're back at the highs. Yes, that was the move right there. Just kidding. We'll see though. Didn't realize you can't use market orders with stop loss on TP when connected through Tradevate. Really? I've never connected or like traded through TradingView with Tradevate. I'm just not a fan. Not on TradingView. Oh, it's something else. Because I was gonna say, for anyone who does trade on TradingView, I don't know how you do it. Like TradingView is like great for charting, but the trading itself is just not the cleanest, and it's kind of like delayed, and it's just not as smooth as like Tradevate or like NinjaTrader. Obviously, it's the one I've kind of been using. I do kind of like Tradevate though. Just for like executing some trades. But yeah, with TradingView, you should be able to like, once you're in a position, I guess I wouldn't really know because again, I haven't really connected to it and used it personally. But once you're in a position, you should be able to like drag a TP and a stop loss like up and down from your entry. But it's saying you can't do that on like Ninja or Trading View if it's connected to Tradeovate. Interesting. Trading EU, exactly. Yeah, low key with the scaling, especially like this trade. Because yeah, we're kind of chopped a bit for a second. But then once we got above here, probably like I said with this line that I drew, actually that was for the bull flag on the 5 minute, but that's also valid. Like a 5 minute bull flag, kind of scaling right there, similar spot. And then yeah, just like let it run, maybe scaling again once we like take the highs out or something. I don't know. Yeah, so far every time I've tried scaling, I've gone stopped out though, which is just obviously like bad luck and like inconsistent timing. Because I just gotta do it every time. No second scale ever. Okay, good to know. Good to know. See, these are the things, right? I'm still kind of learning and trying to remember all the little rules. Don't want to break those rules. Yeah, I just need to do it more because the last couple times I have tried, it's just ended up stopping me out on the scale. Because yeah, there's one like last week, and maybe it was kind of a choppy day, which could have been like the reason to. I want to try to say the yeah, last week there was a trade 15 minute. I was up like $500 or $600 pretty quickly because of the high ATR, scaled in, and then just went straight in the other direction to my stop loss. When it definitely could have been like a win or definitely not a loss kind of trade, but after scaling in, it was. But also, it was kind of a choppy day, and that was like the first entry, not the second. So that's where like scaling in, it probably could have not, or should have not taken the first entry, waited for the second, then maybe scaled in. Or maybe take the first entry and then scale in the second entry after the first entry kind of like isn't quite working out. Something like that. Yeah, just a little hesitant sometimes because it's like so new. And like I am trying to like I don't know if I had some extra evals, I might just throw the trades on and be like, all right, let's just do it. But I forgot to move this up. So we are in the zone now. Hypothetically, it is looking a little heavy though. Because yeah, I want a good entry, but I also don't want to just like buy it if it is gonna do a little dump. But it is kind of holding up this area.
Order filled.
It's not like 40. Now, this is probably around the spot we want to be. Maybe target the highs again. But at some point this will probably stop working. So yeah, we might get that dump. I might take it off if it doesn't kind of quickly get into profit here. Just since we could get that dump to the 15-minute EMA and it's past 11:30. I did say I was probably going to be a little bit more cautious, but I was like, ooh, here's another setup. It's looking kind of nice though. We did go and touch it, and now we're getting a little bounce. I know I'm not supposed to do the break even, but it might be a good way of kind of taking the risk off in case we do dump. That being said, though, we're looking kind of nice. If we reject off the 9 EMA on the bottom, I might take it off. So I could scale in off above the 1 now, hypothetically speaking. No break evens. Yeah, I know. The only reason why is like kind of with that, oh, it could dump and then, just lock in the wins. But I see what you're saying. I know what you're saying. For giggles. I probably should have. I probably still could. But part of me just wants to let it hit TP and maybe just, again, lock in that win and call it a day. Scale with the one for giggles though. That's a good motivating factor. It's kind of holding. See, that's where like I might take the trade-off is if we kind of just are holding below it instead of above it. Get the touch. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So yeah, I don't want to take the break even, but also rejecting that 90 MA is not ideal. But I won't do break even. I won't do break even for you. Although I trade again even though I said I wouldn't. Hey, it's hard not to sometimes. Even I was like almost mentally like, okay, like I made back a couple losses. I'm probably like chilling, don't want to like force anything. Yeah, I'll try scaling again the second time if we get kind of up to the 65s. We'll give it a go. And then remind me, I'm supposed to move my stop loss to like 1/3 the risk. It's like 1/3 the original, like this one, even with the second contract. Or is it like 1/3 the point value? Moved up like 2/3, so probably like up here somewhere. Or like 7 points maybe. Obviously a little bit different once I scale in though. I'm in this trade too. Look to both of us then. Yeah, hopefully we hold this right here. Momentum's definitely a little sus. Yeah, the ATR, is it really down to a 14? Yeah, we dropped from a 30 down to a 14. This target might be a little ambitious. We maybe could have had a smaller target and gotten hit there. We'll keep it around 30. He'll go apart if it's too low. Could be right. We do kind of have a bull flag forming here. If we can break through the top of some of those candles. Yeah, 28 TP might be a little bit better. Still kind of aligns with like the high of this move. If we can run the highs. Touching 15-minute fair value gap. That's true. It's another confluence for those who like the fair value gaps. But yeah, if we had like a 25, 24 point, we've gone filled already potentially, but it like almost looks like it wants to run the lows here. But it's still like kind of holding up. I know, that's the thing. It's kind of holding that 1 minute EMA, which is what I was kind of saying. It's like maybe I'd kill it if it kept doing that. But part of me still wants to hold it. Like I still feel like it might work out here. What happened with the first loss? Or first L? Well, we tried a bull flag. If you look at the 1 minute chart, I'll leave this here for now just since we have the active trade. I'll go back to it a little later, but we had a 1 minute bull flag that was looking pretty good. And we took it, and we actually were up like 18 points, but we kind of sized down to some micros, and we're trying to kind of get like a bigger move out of it. And then we just got stopped out, and we originally were in 3 micros. And then once we went to some drawdown, we scaled in another 3. ATR was kind of high, so we still ended up losing like 500 on the trade. But then since then, we've actually made back like $120. This one's kind of struggling, but it's not over yet. Scale this, like right now? Or wait till we get back above there. We did get a little pop above the EMA, unless I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. But then we rejected right back down. Because yeah, right here would be like the hypothetical, like, if we can kind of hold above there for a second.
Order filled.
Like right here, get the scale. And then maybe move the stop down to like here. So it's about the same, like $47. And then where should like the targets be? Because I could have like this initial and let the other one just run,
Target
potentially.
filled.
And then this one may move up a little more. Or I could just take off the risk with the second one. I know you don't like the break evens, but with the scaled contract, same TP. Alright, I could just put it. Well, actually, no, yeah, we'll put same TP.
Stop filled.
Okay. Actually, no, I forgot. It's the. I was like, oh yeah, same TP, but then the entry obviously was different. So I should have held for like a little higher up here, like 40, 30 points. It's like the same, like 60. Or hold for Momo. See, I'm not too upset with that though. We got an extra $24 out of it with my original take profit. Same original TP. Okay, so yeah, that was the idea then. Yeah. I thought you meant like the same like 30 points, which would have been up here, which also would have kind of made sense. But yeah, but I like that. Yeah, like scale in and just like get an extra $24, or normally it'd be like $240 out of it with the same TP. So yeah, instead of $60, got like what, 70, almost 80 out of it. Good move. Heck yeah. Yeah, a little scale there. Not too bad. Does time frame matter? Not technically. I mean, the higher time frames might work better, but also you'll get less setups because it'll take longer to happen. Whereas the lower time frames, like the 1 minute and 5 minute, they're more likely to happen. They're just maybe less reliable. You lost a bit because it was pulling back on your market order. Yeah, I did get like a little bit of like slippage there. So yeah, it would have been better to have my TP there. That's alright. Gotta TP when moves in your favor. Exactly. Because then if you get slippage, it's slippage in the right direction. Might make some extra money if you're lucky. But also, I think the TPs I have set to be limit orders, not market orders. So it should fill me like at the exact spot that I want, hypothetically. Also, that might be a problem because that might mean I don't get filled all the time. What time do you recommend to use? I mean, I don't know if I can recommend a time, but I use the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minutes typically. More so the 1 minute and the 5 minute. But I've been using the 15 minute a little bit more recently. I recommend all-time high. LMFAO. Oh, viewers are up. I didn't even see that. We're at 50. I know for some that's not a lot, but for me, this is pretty nice. It's not quite 90 like we had on Friday, but I'll take 50, especially since I'm not doing like the fake trade. This is authentic. I know we're big out here now. You guys are the OGs. Of course, we still have 0 viewers on YouTube. Now we usually have like 1 or 2 kind of hanging out, but right now we have 0, which is unfortunate. But that being said, if you want to check out my YouTube channel, BangerTrades on YouTube, I'm live there as well and have some videos and everything. Welcome to check that out. Also, Discord, link in the YouTube description if you want to join the Discord. And yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, definitely don't forget to give me a follow. Would appreciate all the support. Helps build the channel, the stream, and we can do more things. It's great. Holding the 1 would have been fat. Oh yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, if we did leave that 1 kind of up here, kind of as a runner, and then held for the 1, would have been kind of nice. I'm still holding the 1. Oh, heck yeah. That's what we like to hear. I took the long with you, still holding. Heck yeah, heck yeah. It's pulling back a little bit, but still holding the 1 EMA, so you should be chilling. Should be mad chilling. Definitely could have held, but I don't mind. I don't mind taking that either. Good solid trade. Did a little scaling as well. I think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit. Also feels better when it doesn't go and stop you out immediately, which is what happened last time I tried scaling. Yeah, definitely good not to be greedy. That's definitely a good lesson to be learned. But also, sometimes patience is also a key. Gonna smack highs prob? Probably. How does this work? Basically, I click buttons and then I either make money or I lose money. Or you can teach me how to do stocks. This isn't technically stocks, but that is a simple way of putting it. This is NASDAQ futures, and I'm live every day. If you want to ask questions, I mean, I can answer them. People in chat, pretty smart as well. It's definitely a process, though. So gambling, I wouldn't call it gambling personally, but if you don't know what you're doing, it is definitely gambling. I was mostly joking about the clicking buttons thing, because that is like technically what you do. But there's a lot more that goes into it before you click the buttons. Except me, don't listen to me. Yeah, don't listen to Brad. Ultimate Brad, He does not know what he's talking about. I'm joking, I'm joking. Sarcasm. Yeah, Techful and Brandon as well. Don't trust them. Yeah, I guess by some definitions it's definitely gambling. But I'd much rather risk my money doing this than like blackjack or slots, personally. Yeah, traders will definitely disagree with that. I think I've definitely disagreed with it in the past, but I'll still like agree that like it is a form of gambling to some extent, like by some definitions and things, but like it definitely isn't with the right strategy and risk management and different things. But like by definition, definitely wouldn't disagree with your statement. What platform? This is Ninja Trader. That's me right now. The clench of when it's going down. You're like, yeah, I'm greedy. I know it's tough because you're kind of getting below the 90 EMA, so it's like, do you take profit here? But then again, now we're back above it, so maybe you keep holding. Maybe we got a bull flag here. Who knows, right? 900 short, potentially. It does seem like it could be a decent area for like a nice. If we get the move back up, we might get another pullback. I definitely wouldn't personally want to short this though, because we're kind of like, I don't know, shorting the highs of an uptrend. It's not my favorite move. I'd rather buy the dip, and then as we continue higher, that's a lot more likely of a trade. Yeah, at this point, just gotta read the momentum. Of course, of course. This pullback seems to be a little heavier though. This could be another 5-minute EMA trade. Fall below your original TP is bad. That's why I was kind of thinking, like, if I were in like Brandon's shoes or ambitious for like holding, it's like maybe hold here for a sec. But yeah, as soon as you kind of get below your original TP and the 90 EMA, probably not the best. 1 minute does have a lot of noise, but also you can see more of what's going on. And sometimes it is just noise, but sometimes it tells a bigger, kind of a more detailed story, if that makes sense. That's true. The whole point of being a trade is to make money. Somebody write that down. Holding for Momo in your favor. Exactly. What time frame are you on? This is the 1 minute that you're looking at right now. If I do change it, you can see kind of up here on just the top, you can see like fair value gap, NQ, and you can see 1 minute. So that 1 minute along with the 1 minute by all the indicators, that's the time frame I'm on. So if I switch to like the 5 minute, you'll see it changes to 5 minute. So yeah, another possibly solid EMA bounce here actually. Kind of holding off because mentally I've kind of decided to maybe be done trading today. We're getting close to 12 o'clock Eastern lunchtime. Don't want to try my luck too much. But I mean, yeah, this is like a freaking butter trade on the 5 minute. I know, that's why I saw it for a sec too, and I switched over. It's like, shoot, we got like, it's like boom, 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 boom. Some butter trades on the 5 minute. except for the first one. But yeah, if I would have waited for the EMA on that one, boom, that one would have been good too. We'd be straight green today. Yeah, this is looking a little stressful. Another 5-minute bounce here. How much was that? 62 to, oops, 81. So looks like it ran up like 20 points. Still might go up and hit kind of the TP somewhere in here. But yeah, don't want to be too greedy. I'm happy with the last couple trades. Are you trading live? I'm not trading a live account, but this is happening live, yes. Like I can
Order
put
submitted. Order canceled. Order
trades
submit.
on
Order canceled.
and take trades live. That's what I've been doing on the stream. You can see my previous trades here. I can bring back the executions. Okay, this is kind of not correct. Yes, I made 56 and 24, but for some reason it's only showing the 24. But a little bit more than that. And then 61 on this trade, $3, $67. This one would have been a good scale though, and a good hold of that 9 EMA on the 1 minute. Yeah, another dip down. Definitely a good thing you got out, Brandon. I'm not gonna lie. Dip back down to break even, then sold back at plus 60. Heck yeah. I had the gods telling me all the signs to get out with profit. Yeah, sometimes the signs are all there and you still just want to hold it. How do you get profit to show on the chart? It's one of the indicators that I have for NinjaTrader. I guess it's technically like an add-on, just like not an indicator, but it's a ninja script, whatever you call it. Let's see. Change it to 90, moving average to 25 and add another with 245 and see the magic. TechFlu said no. Sorry, I can't do it. He said no. But the indicator, sorry, got distracted. It's from Affordable Indicators. TradingView have the indicator? Maybe. I use TradingView a little bit for like moving averages and some other indicators, but not this one specifically. This one's for NinjaTrader, and it's like a basic chart trader from Affordable Indicators. I'll put it in the chat. Pin it too for now. I guess the pin only lasts a minute. That's odd, but okay. So yeah, Affordable Indicators, it lets you see like your orders and then just how much money you made on them on the screen. So kind of nice. And then if you see me in a trade, that's what adds the dollar value to the TP. I'm just gonna take a trade on practice, just so everyone knows.
Order filled.
Just as an example. But yeah, when you can see like the $37.52, like this isn't default in NinjaTrader. So this is like part of the indicator that I have. Same one as well. So basically it just lets me see like my profit. And then if I get in more contracts, you can also combine the stop losses. It's kind of hard though. You have to like line it up perfectly. There you go. So now it's like one stop loss. Kind of cool. It's a pretty cool little thing. Probably gonna get stopped out, but again, this is just not an actual trade. Just showcasing the indicator here. So I combine the profit targets as well, and then you can see the dollar value, which again, not very typical for, or not typical. It's not in NinjaTrader by default. But I really like being able to see it because I can just be like, okay, I'm $200 in profit. Or if I'm scaling it, it's like, okay, I can lock in, $80 here when I move my stop up here. Yeah, TradingView, I don't know if it would have it, especially under that name, because Affordable Indicators, that's just the company that makes the indicator that I have. That's not technically the name. If you go to their website, you can see the indicators they offer to sell. They're kind of nice. It's like if you only want to risk like $200, it's like just move it down 200. It's great for scaling. Also great for like trailing your profits. And then obviously it's like, okay, I want at least $60, put it there, right? Whatever.
Order canceled.
And then I'll show you the executions afterwards as well. Kind of nice. I'm not affiliated by them yet, but I might try to be because a lot of people ask about it. I might be able to get you guys like a discount code or something. But yeah, it makes NinjaTrader a lot nicer in my opinion. Otherwise, I might not use NinjaTrader. I might use like Quantower. The only problem with Quantower is you can't connect Tradeovate accounts, which is a little unfortunate because I do like Quantower. But most of my accounts are on Tradeovate right now. Well, funny takes, that's all they offer currently. I don't think they offer Rhythmic or anything else yet. Take care, guys. Take care. Sounds like he's headed out. Kind of bouncing again. Looks like we're kind of just chopping though. Stay for the chit and chay. I'm guessing chit and chat, but chit and chay sounds better. Oh, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to share. It's understandable, maybe. No more trading today. We up 120. Oh yeah, don't want to force anything after 12 o'clock Eastern. Especially when you're up. When you're up, you're up. Steve, I kind of had to make back the daily loss limit from Friday. Ooh, gotcha. Up 175 on the day. Nice, nice. This actually could be a little bear flag on the 1 minute if we hold below the 90 MA and get that pushed down. I am kind of liking these EMAs though more than the flags. But that also might just be on days like today when there's no continuation, not a lot of momentum. Yeah, I might have to keep up with this a little bit more. I'm down $90. Can someone help? Always down 90. Always need to help with the 90. The EMA is calling to you like the green mask. Oh, I should know that reference because I feel like I do, but like, is that like from that movie with the green mask? Or are you talking about the Green Goblin mask from Spider-Man? Because I know there's that one movie either. Okay, because yeah, there's the Mask movie with like, what's that one guy's name? Like Jim Carrey? Yeah. There's that one, which I haven't seen. I've just seen like clips and memes from it. Yeah. But the Green Goblin mask I think also applies. The mask is the name, LOL. Exactly. So yeah, I knew that. I figured that out pretty quickly. I just needed a little reminder, that's all. Yeah, never watched the movie, but I'm familiar with the movie. That was my first thought, was like the Jim Carrey thing with the green. I should get that reference. Also, it just took me a sec. It took me a sec. I was like, wait, the Green Mask. It's like, okay, that's probably like that Mask movie. But I wasn't like instantly for sure, you know, so I had to double check. That's all. That's all. But then I was quickly validated, and I was like, okay, I do get it. The only reason I don't get it, or don't quite get the reference, is because, again, I've never seen the movie, so I don't really know how the Green Mask works. I just know that there is a green mask, and Jim Carrey wears it in the movie. So that's where I don't quite get the reference of how it works. But like I understand where the reference is coming from. That's just me feeling bad for not being cultured and watching that movie. That's all. I'm talking like the 1 minute chart right now, not knowing if it should go up or down. All right, all right. That was a good one. That was a good one. You know, you make a valid point. You make a very valid point. I was gonna go 12, but we might need to do like 15 because the ATR is down.
Order filled. Order canceled.
There we go. 15 long. Early entry? It's okay. We can scale in. We can go 30. Watch this. Wait.
Order submitted.
There we go. Or wait, I guess we'll do like 800. That's like where the EMA is. Try. We can scale in. Down here. What platform are you using? This is good old NinjaTrader. Yeah, yeah. How's Typho feeling about this? Oh, this is how we get the views up, right? This is the way. Could be fun. Yeah, we're still at like 50. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. Oh yeah, look at that number climbing. He's always down for the giggles. Oh yeah, I mean we are at the bottom of the range, so this could be the move all the way up here. What's crazy is I feel like the ATR must be really down. I feel like we should be up more than $300 with this candle. With 15 contracts. Oh, I'm on MNQ.
Order filled.
Shit, I messed up. Hold up. Let's try that again.
Order filled.
There we go. That's better. I was like, only $300? That doesn't seem right.
Order canceled.
LMAO, $300 profit easy. Oh yeah. Pretty much. So yeah, we'll still scale in at 800.
Order submitted.
This time we're in minis instead of micros, so we'll actually see big boy numbers. Views are already up to 63. See, they know as soon as I put on the 15 minis, they're in. So the market makers watching. Exactly. Might have caught the top there. Rats. But yeah, we made a nice little 276 on that other one. Bam, easy. Dang, if I was on minis for that, that'd be like 2 or 3 grand though. Jeez, unfortunate. But yeah, we go up and to the right. We're just pulling back a little bit right now, but that's fine. That's fine. We're okay with that. Yikes. No, this is fine, Eli. This is perfectly fine. This is exactly part of the plan. We might let this run for like 20 minutes and then I might end the stream. We'll see. I also might try and pull up Battlefield just to see how it works on stream, but that might crash the stream. So we'll see. I haven't been doing that as much recently, but also I've just been a little bit more engaged with trading. You're risking 20k? Oh no, this is to buy more. This is dollar cost averaging right here. I don't have a stop loss. What? It's all for kicks and giggles. You see, we did this experiment last Friday where I randomly went long with like 12 contracts. And I ended up making $30,000, but it was on a sim account and it was literally just for like ironic kicks and giggles. And what was funny is our viewers went up from like 20 to like 90. And it was wild. So the theory is if I put on a trade with 15 contracts on a sim account, and I'm very clear about that. I'm not trying to like be fraudulent or deceive anybody. I always tell people this is not a real trade. This is very ironic. It's for kicks and giggles. But we ran up like 20, 30k, and the viewers went crazy. I got like 70 new followers on Friday as well. GQ, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. We're already up like 14 on this stream. Well, we might be able to get some more with this. What are you answering right now? Yeah, with this ironic trade, 15 minis I would never do with on a real account unless I was like a millionaire. It's just for science. Because for some reason it like brings the viewers up. Like TikTok loves big trades. The algorithm. Or trading 300k prop account. Maybe, but even 300k, I don't know if I'd want to lose 20k in one trade. And can you trade 15 contracts? You might be able to. Let's go to Apex's website. Let's see what their 300k rules are. Yeah, so 300k account, the profit goes 20k, but the trailing drawdown is only 7,500. So I definitely cannot risk this much. Like I'd almost blow the account. Like I'm already almost down 7,500. 35 contracts? Jeez. That's wild. Are you longs or shorts? Right now, longs. But that could change. Also, it's like lunchtime, so it might just be chopping. Don't really know if I'm long or short, technically speaking. I used to do 10 contracts and $1,000 profit and lose 3k. You can only do quick scalps, cannot hold so long. Unless account blow. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, even with I'm only in 15 contracts, and I've nearly hit the drawdown for the 300k account because it's only 7,500. Yeah, that would have blown my account there. That little spike down, I think. The little wick might have blown my account. I think he's asking if you are long or short, like height, like my height, like am I a short person, Or a long person. Duh, yeah, what else? What else would he be talking about? I mean, I guess I think I'm of the taller genes in the world. I'm not like tall, but I'm definitely above average. But yeah, if I was in 35 contracts, this sucker would have blown up quick if it was 300k. Yeah, because the market only positions long because, you know, up and to the right. Exactly. Shorts are for the 1 out of 10 traders. Amen. But so is buying the top, which is kind of what I did again. Except not quite. See, I should have went long. So that's what I gotta do. I just gotta go long, 15 contracts off the open, and then I'll come back at the end of the day, and I'll be like, guys, look, I'm already up 30k. Because then I'm not buying the top. That's genius right there. Or maybe I could have one sim account go long and one go short. So I'll be guaranteed to be up like 20, 30k. So then when I switch at the end of this, like when I'm done with this trading, then the viewers will go crazy. 15 open, see you in December. Exactly. We only got like a week left. One week that we're definitely going up and to the right, 100%. Oh yeah, we swept the lows on the daily chart. We're definitely just gonna go back up to the highs, back to 26,400. Oh shoot, here's the pullback. We're about to break through these longs here. This will bring the viewers up for sure. Oh yeah.
Order canceled.
Oh yeah. Up and to the right, as they say. What's your target long? I don't have a target because the market goes up and to the right. So the longer I hold this, the more money I make. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. This is just a hypothetical, ironic trade for kicks and giggles. Kind of like we talked about. You go long and then you wait. You hold it till December. That's the goal. Now it's gonna be your time. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that green candle, chat. XYZ Prince, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. December's the target. Exactly. $310 on the day, almost doubled on that. Heck yeah. I know that was a butter move right there. We didn't quite hit the EMA on the 15-minute, but got kind of got kind of close. That's true. We were below the 5 for a minute. Let me change the chart for you. We were kind of sitting below the 5 for a little while, but we did finally break above the 5, and I think that's what got us that nice little move. What EMA are you using? I'm using the 9 EMA on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute. And then I also have the 21, but I don't really use that as much. It's just there. Angel, thank you for the follow. I'm not looking at the charts. That's probably good. Don't want to accidentally make any trades. Or not, I shouldn't say accidentally, but like, you know, impulsively. Because that would be tragic. Crypto, thank you for the follow as well. Blue collar, thank you, thank you. Jason, no, I'm your liquidity. Gosh dang it. I mean, someone's got to be liquidity. If it's not me, it's probably someone else, and if it's someone else, it's probably me. Or if it's not someone else, it's probably me. Yeah, definitely gotta keep the funded alive. Don't want to give that back. That's right, gotta go long at the top. I guess this is kind of the middle of this range. It's not quite the top, but close enough. You want XFA? I wish. This is just for kicks and giggles on a sim account because it gets the viewers up in the algorithm. A short bias on today? Have you been looking at the charts? I'm just joking. I'm not trying to be rude. But it's just funny because if you look at like the 5-minute chart, this is not exactly what I would call a short bias. Yeah, where's Tech? Now, because you guys kind of had like a short bias at first too, but I mean, clearly that is not the case today. We've been holding this trend for quite a while now. That's kind of what I miss. You summoned him and he has returned. Woke up at 7:50, instantly fell asleep, accidentally missed my moves. Dang. It's the god himself. Don't praise him too much. His ego's already big enough. Oh, I forgot to mention GQ and Brian Cito. Thank you for the gifts. Got a rose as well as a heart me. Thank you. Wait, did I switch to my gaming thing? Hold up. I did. That's awkward. How long has it been like that? Chat, you're supposed to remind me when I do something dumb like that. I'm joking. You said I'm gonna look at the Apex account I switched up. Oh, maybe when I was typing, because I do have a hotkey that does that. And it is right next to the P key on my keyboard. I use like the brackets. So when I typed Apex, I might have clicked a bracket instead of AP, which would have changed it like that. That's funny. Well, at least it didn't bring the viewers down too much. Ernestico, thank you for the follow. A while? Dang, that's awkward. Oh, well, at least you can still see this. That's all that matters. I mean, that's all you can really see on TikTok anyways. It's not like you're missing anything. You're just like, have a black spot at the bottom. But that's where chat is anyway, so I guess it's not the worst. That was a really good entry. Thank you. I just randomly went long and it turned out to be a pretty good entry. Joseph, thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, this move on Friday was easily like 10, almost 20k. Yeah, the ATR is down to a 13. And just for reference, Friday, what if it's like 40 or 50? 30 at the lowest, but it was definitely like 40 or 50 from what I remember. Oh, Tech Flu knows Deep Blue. Small world. $40-something. Yeah, it was up there. Also, Deep Blue, is your name based off like that Icy Hot stuff by doTERRA, the Deep Blue? Or is it completely unrelated? Movie? Oh, it could be the movie. Or that's AI now. I think that's DeepSeek, right? Or something like that. No, it's IBM supercomputer. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That is the first thing that came up when I searched up Deep Blue. Yeah, I think it's DeepSeek AI. I think that's the one you're thinking of. Yeah. Close. It's close though. I can see why you got that confused. Oh, I got 5 more minutes, chat. Maybe, unless I decide to keep streaming. But I probably should go eat some lunch here soon. And I probably won't be taking any more actual trades. But this has been a fun one. Not quite up 30K, but not bad, not bad. I'm also in 15 contracts instead of 12. And we're still not making this big of a move. But clearly, like we talked about, ATR is like 30 points down from what it was on Friday. Oh, you're talking about the IB. I just forgot the thing. Gotcha, gotcha. After seeing your trade now, I guess why a lot of people like take profit. Because they can like make trades like this and then take profit, I'm guessing. That might make sense. 30K in a few hours is alright, lol. Facts. Yeah, just like Friday. Of course, this one's only like 5K, 10K at the highs. Not quite as good. Yeah, no consistency rule there, and single day payouts. That is nice on Take Profit Trader. Yeah, Techflu loves CPT. I might still have to get one of their accounts here soon. I might wait till after the new year though, just because trading is going to be slowing down here a little bit in December anyways. I'll still trade my accounts that I have, but I might wait till I get any new accounts until holidays are over. New Year, oh no. What time frame is this? This is the 1 minute. How many contracts did you buy in that operation? If you're talking about this operation, you can see 15 right here. He's negative 90. Yeah, he's in debt right now. Yeah, I might get a TPT before New Year's, but just knowing that like the holidays are gonna be a little slow, and also I'll probably be trading a little bit less with the holidays, spend more time with family and stuff. Might hold off, but we'll see. We'll see. I might get ANC. I might just buy it and run it, see if we can start scaling it up. Trying to make those money so I can ask him for money. That's why he's here. That's the only reason why. You're up $8,000 on this hypothetical ironic trade, yes. Just buy and keep. My target is 30k for NQ. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like probably just like this blue line up here. Take some profit up there maybe. Up and to the right till December. Once you get the number above 10k, you'll rack the viewers. That's what I was thinking. I think it needs to be above 10k for people to really get in here and start doing some stuff. We're still kind of killing it though. 50 viewers. We've kind of been holding 50 for the last like hour almost, I think. So I'm definitely not complaining about. If you are new and haven't given me a follow yet, definitely follow me if you want to see me stream again tomorrow morning, both on TikTok and YouTube. And check out Funny Ticks. Great prop firm, great rules, great prices right now. 20% off, or 35% off actually if it's your first time buying one of their accounts. And if you use my code BANG, you get that discount and help support the channel. I get a small commission, so I'd appreciate it. But if not, definitely don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. This Funny Ticks put all of your Trade accounts on one account. I think so. I'm gonna say yes if I understand it correctly. Like if I log into Tradeovate's website right now and I use my sign-in that they gave me with Funny Ticks, like my username's like TDU, and then some bunch of numbers and stuff, which I think is pretty typical. Anyway, so if I log into that, I then can like switch between all of my Funny Ticks accounts if that's what you're asking. So I can choose between like this account, my other ones, and then yeah. So it's all on one Tradeovate account. But then I have access to all my different accounts, yeah. You're doing awesome, man. People cannot maintain 50 viewers even with 20 to 30k followers. Dang. Well, now I feel a little bit better about myself. My self-esteem has gone up. I never use Funny Ticks. Can you discuss their rules? Yeah, I mean, they're pretty simple and they're pretty competitive compared to a lot of other prop firms that you're probably familiar with. But the eval stage, pretty simple. The 50k account's probably one of the better deals, but they have like between 25, 50, 100k, and now they have a 150k that they just added today actually. But with the 50k, that's probably the most popular, so I'll talk about that one. But the profit target, 2,500, which is lower than most other prop firms, so that's a pretty good deal. Drawdown, 2,000, which is pretty much the same as all the others. It's end of day as well, which I know a lot of people love. So end of day drawdown, very nice. Minimum of 3 trading days. Also, no, I mean you can't pass in a day, but I'd also recommend you don't pass in a day because that's kind of just gambling. That's for Apex. If you want pass on one day, go to Apex. But yeah, 3 days, not bad. And then I think that's about it. On the 50k, you can trade 4 contracts, which I mean maybe not as much as some, but you don't really need more than that if you're trying to like be consistent and not over leverage yourself. And then once you're funded, the drawdown is still $2,000. There's no consistency rule. There's no nothing anymore. Activation fee is also nothing. There's no activation fee on Funny Ticks accounts. So if I remember correctly, for a 50k account, it's about, actually I'll just do the math. So it's $145, but then with the 35% off, if it's your first time, 20% off if it's not your first, you can still get a, let's see, for $95, you can get a 50k account with all the rules that we talked about, no activation fee. But there is another option where you take down the weekly reward cap to $1,000, which for some people definitely not as appealing, but if you're still newer to trading and you don't care about making more than $1,000 when you take out a payout, then you can do that, which brings down the eval price to like $60. So $60, no activation fee for a very cheap 50K funny ticks account. But again, there is the weekly reward cap of $1,000. So if you are like trying to take big payouts, that might not be the option for you. But it is the cheapest option. But even the other ones are like $90, no activation fee, so pretty solid. Pretty killer, I'd say. I think that's about it. You can take reward cycles every 5 trading days, or take payouts every 5 trading days of 150 profits. So $90 and no limit to payout. There is a limit, but it's $5,000. So like you can't take more than a $5,000 payout in like 1 week. But also you can have like up to 5 accounts. So if you want more payouts, just get more than like 5, like more accounts basically. So you can have up to 5, like 50K, 150K, whatever accounts you want. You can have up to 5 of them. And then yeah, the weekly reward cap on all the accounts is $5,000 except for the 50K if you select the option for 1K. Nice, you can buy one. Heck yeah. Like I said, pretty solid, pretty great. And then you can take a payout every 5 days. You just need like $150 in profit or more for those 5 days. So it's kind of like Top Step if you're familiar with how their payouts work. And then you can take up to 50% of your account balance as a payout. So that's kind of like the minimum you can take. And I'm trying to remember. You do have to make the buffer of the drawdown. So like on the 50K account, the drawdown is $2,000. So you do have to make $2,000 before you can take a payout. But once you make the $2,000 and you have the 5 days, you can take out 50% as a payout. So for example, on that account, you make $2,000. And if you have your 5 days of 150 plus profit, you can then take a $1,000 payout. And then obviously, that's the max you can take on the one version of the account. On the other one, you could make more if you obviously build up your account even higher before taking out your payout. Techfully is just trying to sell his bot. Also, thank you got a couple new followers. Francisco, ZS Move, Roland, thank you guys, as well as Tony, Martinez. Appreciate it. So it's $150, 5 separate days. So that's just like the minimum that you need for it to count as like a trading day, if that makes sense. So before you can get payout, you need 5 trading days and each trading day has to have $150 in profit or more for it to count. So you can't just like, buy a micro and sell it real quick for it to count as a trading day. So you need 5 days of at least that much, which is not very much. It's just a little something. Is that a thing for the follow? Appreciate it. And they don't have to be consecutive either. I know someone asked about that previously, but no, they do not need to be consecutive. So above 750 for the 5 days. I mean, technically, something like that. But also, before you can get a payout, you need to have you have to be over $2,000 in profit. But once you like take out your first payout, I think technically you just have to make like the 750. But obviously you're gonna have some wins and losses. Consecutive is a crazy eval rule. No, that's what I'm saying. It's not consecutive. I don't think any do make it consecutive, and that's for the payout on the funded account. So yeah, not consecutive. Don't worry about that. Oh, I say imagine it was. Yeah, that would be crazy. Yeah, just gotta be disciplined. Don't be in a hurry, you'll get payouts. Exactly. But yeah, the consecutive days would be rough because yeah, to try and make like 150 or more a day, 5 days in a row. I mean, if you're a great trader, you'll definitely do it. But like some days you just get unlucky, right? You either can't take a trade because the market sucks, or you do take a trade and take a small loss. Keji, I think for the follow. Everyone be broke today or taking risky trades. Pretty much. Chasing profit over setup. Exactly. Yeah, don't be like Tech Flu. The tunnel vision. Exactly. Getting that FOMO exit early morning when I hit my daily profit limit. Jeez. Unlucky. I mean, yeah, look at this. Look at this sucker run up. It's getting a little bit of extra momentum here, kind of at the highs. ATR is going back up a little bit as well. We're nearly up 30K again, actually. That's funny. Up 22K. See, all I have to do is talk about funny ticks and then the market goes up. I know, lunchtime must be over already. Weird move, I don't get it. Yeah, it must be maybe another tweet or something like Friday. When we kind of had that crazy pop up. Because there's no news today. But there could be like some announcement or thing, who knows. Gonna hit 50K soon, low key. Remember, I gotta hold this till December. Are you up that much? Technically speaking, yes. Just not on a real account. And then you hit 500K. That's right. We're gonna go up all the way to 26,400 all-time highs. And I'm here for it. Oh yeah, killer trade. I mean, we were in drawdown for a little bit. But then we got back into profit and we've been chilling ever since. Sorry, I just joined. Is this your prop firm account? This right here is not, but I do trade my prop firm accounts live on stream. But I just threw this one on for fun to see what happened. And it helps the views get up. The TikTok algorithm loves the really big trades, even if they're not real. Yeah, I wonder how you got this set up. Can you share? Oh yeah, I clicked the buy button somewhere over here because I thought we'd go up and to the right. It's not December yet, so that's the setup. I'm sure you could look at this as some sort of setup though, like on the 5-minute like we talked about though. Because the 5-minute EMA was kind of in here, and then we kind of rejected below it, but then we got back above it and it started to work out. There was a breakout on the 1-minute, but the increase in Momo after was strange. Yeah, I know the initial breakout kind of broke out, and then yeah, but the increase was kind of strange. But yeah, no, right here was kind of the 5-minute area, somewhere in here. So that's kind of like the entry, and then kind of hold below it for a second. As we'll switch to the chart. Why not? Yeah, kind of right here. I think that was the buy. And then we held below. And then we got back above, and then we got that push up. So we'll just say it was a 5-minute EMA buy. That makes sense. Benji, thank you for the follow. Yeah, that 1040 IDK. Yeah, if you're talking 1040 on my chart, yeah, that's yeah right here. A little strange. Dang, I'm gonna have to do this every day, chat. I don't know. I mean, I was up 30K on Friday. I'm at 20K right now. Yeah, I just need to get like enough margin that I can put on 15 contracts and then just like put on a long, you know? Imagine if I went long at the beginning of the day. Holy cow, I'd be up like 100K. That's right, at one point this will be a real account. One day. Because I'd be up like 50 bands in the last 2 days. I know, we were already at 50 views before I even did this. But actually, I didn't increase the viewers that much this time. We went up to like 60, I think is the peak. So it's actually not helping as much as Friday. But that might just be because it's not as good of a day for the algorithm. Who knows? It's kind of hit or miss sometimes. But we're still up like 35 followers, 3,000 total views. Still pretty killer. Not quite 70 followers. That was how much we got Friday. We had like 75 new followers, I think. More people at work today. That's true. It's the Monday. And I think less people trade Monday as well. I could be wrong. But also, last time I did stream until like noon almost. So that might have led to like more people joining the stream like later in the day. How much do you need to make to set up this bot with me? That's a good question. Like on my prop accounts, like payouts or like actually knows my number. Payout, of course. That's a good question. Josh, thank you for the follow. I can help you run it up a little. Yes, yeah, definitely. I'd probably need a couple payouts for sure. Definitely would be down to try and get that bot running and see how it goes. User, thank you for the follow, as well as Vladimir Ramos. A couple. Why is that too low? Too high? I don't want to drag it out too long, but might need more than just one payout. I mean, maybe one's fine if it's like a $2,000 payout. Yeah, one payout. I might be a little greedy. You're right. Just need a little insurance. Just kidding. Another Tesla for the week? Almost. We could probably get like a used one with like 50, 70K miles almost. I'll check Facebook. I want to invest with my own money eventually, but right now I'm just on prop firms because I don't quite have that much money. That's true though. You always got to invest in yourself, and that definition I am investing in myself. Just not like with my own money on a live account. Apostle, thank you for the follow. What platform? This is NinjaTrader. You can see down in the bottom left like NinjaTrader LLC. Invest in this bot. Exactly. Don't invest in yourself. Invest in the bot. Yeah, funded adds a lot of leverage because you can trade like with thousands of dollars of drawdown, and you're only risking like a couple $100 of your own money. It's hard to really argue against it unless you don't like the rules that prop firms have. Can get you up 1K if you're on the EMA strat. Never mind, don't invest in yourself, invest in me. Exactly. You start with 90. That's the initial investment. That's about the same price as a funding ticks account without the 1K cap. I put $1,000 into funded. What kind of buying power could I get? I mean, you don't even need 1,000. I mean, at some point you might use 1,000 if you blow up a lot of accounts, trial and error kind of thing. But I mean, yeah, you can get a 25K account for like $71. You can get like other accounts like up to 150K for like $200 or $300. I think that's without the discount. I think, yeah, the discount will be less than that. Or you can buy like zero accounts where you can skip the funded stage or the evaluation phase for like $500. And then you can have up to 5 accounts too. So $1,000, you get 5 like 50K accounts or whatever size you want, and you probably still have a little bit of money to spare. So technically you'd have like, if you bought like 5 150K accounts, you'd be like funded, what, like $750,000? And your drawdown would be $4,500 per account. So technically you'd have like $22,000 of drawdown. But yeah, you do have to like pass the evaluation, so you have to hit your profit target of 9K per account before you get funded. Or you just buy the zero accounts. Because Funding has the zero accounts, which you skip the evaluation and go straight to funded. But those are the ones that are more expensive. Like to get the 100K account, it's like $629 without the discount. But then it'd be like 20-35% off with the discount. I'm working on my eval now. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Good luck. I got y'all with $89. He's trying to front run TechFlu Web $1 to get you a better deal. Need to get out of the oil field business. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'd probably recommend funding like a funded account for most people that are getting into trading. Unless you have like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, even like tens of thousands, like you might be able to get away with trading a live account with your own money. But with the amount of leverage you get trading prop firms, I would definitely recommend those to anyone new to trading. But definitely trade a demo paper account first. Is this paper trade? It is, unfortunately. But it's still a trade nonetheless. The extra contracts are just for clickbait. That's the easiest way to put it. People see the big numbers and they like the stream. The algorithm likes it. But yeah, I traded my other accounts earlier. Why didn't you actually take this trade? Because I was kind of done trading for the day already. If I go to my other accounts, let's see. Oh, it's not this one. It's switch to this chart. Wait, it didn't switch. Gosh dang it. Here, then here. You see, this is my prop firm account that I actually took trades on. You can see all my trades earlier today. Had a little loss in the beginning of the day, and then we just caught a bunch of these little wins off the 5-minute EMA. And yeah, there wasn't really a setup. Like, there kind of was on the 5-minute, but like, we were also going into, oh, jeez. Also going into like lunchtime, so trading's not the best. So it wasn't really a setup. And after getting some of these wins, we decided to kind of call it a day mentally. Just to avoid any like further losses or anything. Or giving back the money that I made back. If that makes sense. How do I open a funded account? You just go to their website and you just like click on the one that you want, you buy it. And they'll give you all the instructions on how to like connect it to Tradeovate. Or NinjaTrader, which is the one that I'm using. I'm using Tradeify. Yeah, Tradeify is also pretty solid. I used them earlier this year, but I kind of switched to Funny Ticks because their accounts were cheaper. Thank you for everything. Good looking at trading. Yes, good luck to you as well. What's the website? Fundingticks.com. You can see the Funny Ticks at the top if you need help spelling it, or I can put it in the chat as well. And you just add .com at the end. And then yeah, if you use my code BANG, you'll get a nice little discount. 35% off your first purchase, 20% off all the rest. Deep Blue is back. Welcome. So we're kind of stalling out here at the highs. That's alright. That is perfectly fine. We could be getting a 5-minute EMA bounce right here, kind of in the zone, I think. Hypothetically speaking. But yeah, probably, like I said, not going to be taking too many actual trades anymore. Probably going to go eat lunch here in a second. But if you have any last minute questions, I'll try and answer them real quick. How about Lucid Funding? I have not traded with them or looked into it, but I have seen a couple other YouTubers who talked about them, and I think they're pretty solid, but I don't know anything about them, like specifically. EMA settings, this is the 9 EMA and the 21. The 9 is the blue, the 21 is the yellow. And yeah, I'm on the 1-minute chart. Yeah, I know Nutty Bar Trading, I think he's been trading on Lucid. Well played, thank you. Thank you, you're welcome. But yeah, don't want to end the stream with 44 viewers because this is a lot for me, but Appreciate all you guys hanging out. Hopefully you've been enjoying it. That's why you're still here. I gotta go eat some lunch though, but if you want to see me stream again, I'll be back tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I'll be live again. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. If you want to see me again, definitely give me a follow. Check out my YouTube channel. I'll be live there as well, both on TikTok and YouTube. Why are we thanking you? But thank you. I can't remember. I think it's because I told Elinos what my EMA settings were, so he was thanking me. So I was saying you're welcome. And then that was about it. Deep Blue, thank you for hanging out. But yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow if you guys want to come back to the stream again. We'll lock in this win here though.
Order filled.
19,800. Should have waited a sec though so I could get 20k. That would have been cleaner. Just joking. But thanks again for hanging out. Again, sorry, don't know what I was going to say there. Anyways, hopefully I'll see you guys again. Give me a follow. Appreciate all the support. If you check out Funny Ticks using my code, appreciate it as well. I can't quite add my YouTube to my profile yet because I don't have 1,000 followers. So once I get 1,000 followers, which we are getting closer and closer to every single day, I should be able to add a link. But right now it won't let me add links to my TikTok profile. But yeah, you can just search up BangerTrades on YouTube and shouldn't be too hard to find. But yeah, as soon as I get 1,000 followers, I'll definitely add the link if possible. But definitely the plan. But yeah, hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out, everybody.